Well, special counsel Robert Mueller has issued a subpoena for a former aide to Roger Stone, Andrew Miller, the third Stone associate who's been called to testify before Mueller and the special counsel team. This subpoena is the latest indication that Mueller's probe is certainly focusing to some degree on Roger Stone. Joining us tonight is Jason Chaffetz, former Republican congressman from Utah and Fox contributor. Great to have you with us, Jason. I want to get first your reaction, if I may, to this shooting in Maryland and 5 people dead. We were told by the mayor, I just want to update this too, the mayor of Annapolis, Gavin Buckley, has just said that there are 3 wounded and 5 who have been killed. The number of injured we had heard was as high as 7. So at least this is a far better number than that, with 3 wounded. Your thoughts on the shooting itself?
Well, first of all, you got 5 families that are dealing with something that when they started the day, beautiful day in the summer out on the East Coast, a beautiful city in Annapolis. And I can't even imagine having to go through that. It does sound like law enforcement gave not only the proper training and put that into place, but the rapid response. And again, these are men and women in our own communities who step into the line of fire. They run into a situation totally unlike what happened in southern Florida. And you got to be proud of those families because they put their lives on the line for just this moment. And by all accounts, it sounds like they did a wonderful job. But let's remember, it's the shooter, and the shooter alone is the person we need to blame. And we do need to learn more about him or her as soon as possible. It sounds like it's a male. But let's learn what happened there. Absolutely.
And the estimate of response time, and imagine this, it's somewhere between 60 seconds and 2 minutes. I mean, any community in any part of this country would be so thrilled, so proud, and so grateful to have that kind of response time anytime there was God forbid, an incident like this. I want to turn to the development, a third associate of Roger Stone, on the day in which Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General, Christopher Wray, the Director of the FBI, testifying before the House Judiciary Committee and giving the back of their hands to every one of those congressmen, saying basically, I mean, I could almost hear James Comey, his words again, echoing through the chamber. We're an independent agency at the FBI, as if there were no congressional oversight. Your thoughts?
What we see coming out of the Department of Justice is so wholly shameful. I got to tell you, I've been there. I was the former chairman of the Oversight Committee. Right. I sat in Congress for 8.5 years, and I watched the Department of Justice give a stiff arm and lip service to congressional oversight. They all seem to say the right things, but when it actually comes to coughing up documents, it's just never there. And quite frankly, an Attorney General Sessions-run Department of Justice and a Loretta Lynch or Eric Holder-run Department of Justice, I can't tell the difference. And it's shameful that we have to get to that point. But you know that Congress still does not have the documents from Fast and Furious. Yeah. That's been going on for almost 10 years. And so, behind the scenes, strategically, I think the Department of Justice is trying to egg Congress on to go to court. But Congress, I think, is playing this one a little smarter between Radcliffe and Gowdy and whatnot, and saying, because they know if they go to court, DOJ can just run it out the clock for years. There are other things that they can do, like Mark Meadows and Jim Jordan and Gates and whatnot are talking about, and not only holding him in contempt. Now they have a sense of Congress, hold him in contempt, and then work towards the impeachment of the senior-most Department of Justice officials. That will get their attention.
Get their attention, but we're now almost, we're almost 2 years. We're very close to the halfway mark for this president. He has been hounded by this witch hunt, and he is correct to call it that in my judgment, on the part of the special counsel. The leadership of the House, the leadership of the Senate has not been supportive. Trey Gowdy today said it's time to wrap the damn thing up. But Trey Gowdy just a few weeks ago was basically saying he's so proud of the FBI. I mean, we've got what, we've got sort of a schizophrenic impulse on the part of a Gowdy and the leadership of a Ryan and a McConnell is, well, not animated at all.
Well, I agree with you on the Speaker and the Majority Leader in the Senate. On Gowdy, I'm going to take a little bit of difference there with you, Lou. I don't want to argue about the semantics of, half of one sentence that he said a couple of weeks ago in an interview with Martha McCallum, but he has worn on his shirt sleeve how much he believes in law enforcement, having done this as a prosecutor for a couple decades. With that said, I don't think you see anybody more passionate, worked up about the animus and the bias and the conflicts than Trey Gowdy. And given his proximity and being over there and being able to see this stuff, he comes with as much credibility. He has bent over backwards to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when a guy like Gowdy is now telling you how tainted this stuff is, I think it should resonate with everybody.
Yeah, typically I would not give you the last word in the midst of a dispute like this. But I like you so doggone much, Jason. I'm going to let you have the last word. How's that? We appreciate it.
Good. Thank you. I'm going to take it.
And all the words that preceded, we appreciate as well.